Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about venting and stress management, how to naturally increase your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. All right, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel. Of course, tell some friends. Of course, give me that Arthur Fonzarelli thumbs up like so I say. Hey, and of course, follow me on the social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, in this video, we're all about keeping it free, letting you vent it out, get rid of that stress, because you know what we're all about in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective, where I help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, help you naturally raise that HGH. I'm a spiritual guide and a mentor. I'm here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about venting it out, man. And what this all comes down to is, starting that year, you got to always start it clear. Like I love to say, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. And, having a stress-free lifestyle, depending on, essentially where you're at, all comes to what you got going on in here, which is why you always got to be able to disconnect yourself from your thoughts. And, some people like to go and vent it out to their friends, and some people have loved ones and people that vent it out to them. And depending on where you're at on that end of the spectrum, I can give you some advice real quick that I really just, love to share, because, the friends and the family are usually the ones that, check where you're at. And what I mean by that is, if you look at, any type of situation, like it's your job, then it's no longer as stressful. And I mean it like in a, kind of like being like a psychologist or a bartender or whatever you may be, or even like, beautician. When you're dealing with client stress and just, more everyday walks of life, it's a lot easier than if it's a close friend, if it's a family member, because those just tend to trigger, feelings and emotion depending on your being. But the best way to get rid of them is like I say, man, you can act like Dalton from Roadhouse. It's right. I'm gonna give you a Roadhouse analogy. He always says, the word, anybody's words, it's just a job at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's like, don't take anything serious. Don't take anything home with you. And that's what this is all about, And when we got something like, you got people that are just getting under your skin a little bit, there's a couple things that I like to do. And one of the best ones is to be able to just walk away if you have the opportunity. Not everybody's got that, but the only thing you can end up doing is walking away in here. Even though that your mind just might be getting zapped up all the time, the best thing to do, come back to that breath. Go ahead and feel what you got, because if you got a heart that's beating, you got a breath that's breathing. Don't forget what I love to say, man, every single day. You know how it goes. You know what we're doing here every day before you get out of bed. You always got to have that gratitude attitude. It's one of the best ways to put you in the receptive mode. Get rid of any type of negative energy. You start your day on the positive foot. Before your feet hit the ground, go ahead and just take this with me. I feel beautiful. I got a shot today. And that's what you got to go with every single day. Doesn't matter the order. All you got to know is that you're doing something right. If you're breathing, you're believing, you got a shot. And that's what it all comes down to. If you're breathing, you're doing something right. And when you got people that are all getting under you with their whole types of, philosophies and their, whatever type of energies, the best way that you got to come to it is understand that you hold your own peace. And the things that I love to do is of course, sharing my matrix hack, and those things will definitely change the situation every given time. I can guarantee it. If you start just getting out of your own way, starting intending on everybody to feel love, it's definitely a beautiful thing. And that's why I love doing this, in a public setting, or whenever you're in traffic, like I say, man, whenever you hear somebody on the phone, on TV, wherever you happen to be, just intend on that soul, that being, to feel love in some kind of way, feel beautiful and have a beautiful day, and you go along your way, and you hack the matrix, you change where you're at, you're doing things that are just making it better, you're changing the environment and making it better. And that's one of the best reasons to get rid of all the stress, because you know me, man, I don't discredit science, but I don't discredit magic. And when you're going with the scientific route, you're talking about cortisol, and that stress is no good for, wanting to have that huge piece of meat, swinging at the knees, throbbing at the pecs, making you your best. I mean, you got to understand, an erection occurs from essentially from not stressing. That's how it comes up, because you got to be in that nice, relaxed state where you're not letting anybody, chip away from your soul and chip away, from your whole being and character of who you are. And like I'm saying, man, the best way is like coming back to understanding that, you're more than you're more than your environment, you're more than the situation. And you come to that breath and you understand you got a shot, you got purpose, you're doing something beautiful. And that's going to put you in that zone of just being appreciative that you got this thing. And, like I said, man, every day, like I love to say, is a beautiful gift. So you got to get out there and unwrap it. And even if you're just looking at something that is like, not particularly the situation you want to be in, always try to focus on the good in things. There's always something that you could, find in every single thing. And it might, some people might not have, they might have a harder time doing this, but practice makes perfect. And that's one great way of looking at it today. Like, so if you had a stressful situation and you're like, man, I couldn't, it's like I just couldn't get through it. You recollect, and you're like, you know what? That's one more, it's earning your stripes in the war, and you're just making yourself stronger for the next time. And that's going to help you out every single time, guaranteed, because we're here to live, we're here to grow. And that's one of the best ways to just flow. And me always doing the Tao practices of the Wu Wei flow, the path of least resistance, where you just kind of go with, however the wave of the day just takes you along. And I know other people got, obligations and other, accountabilities, and you could count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. You know what I mean? Everybody's got different situations throughout their own day. And of course, if you want to do a Wu Wei type of thing, you can always find ways of just doing things in a non-particular order, which is something that can just, definitely brighten up your day. And that's what I go with every single day. Of course, you want to go down the more, grounding techniques. Just getting outside and getting into nature is definitely something that can take you away from a stressful situation, to help you just realize that you're alive. I mean, something that I did today is I went for a barefoot run, me, and I'm in Detroit, Rock City. I don't care if it's the winter time, 2020, I'll go on my run. I got to get my animals out there, and, I always have a lot of fun. And people will always stop me every now and then and be like, are you, like, let's scream out of cars, be like, aren't you, where's your shoes at? And I'm like, I don't believe in them, I believe in myself. Just like Rocky Balboa says, man, nothing's real unless you believe in yourself. So, when I'm out there, man, I'm not worried about my feet pounding the pavement. I'm taking my mind out of, what's going on, and I'm just enjoying the run. I'm just focused on the breath. I'm enjoying that my animals are there, and it's just like, a whole exciting, thing for me. And I know not everybody's got to do that, but it's just something that helps me feel like aware of where I'm at. And, some people, like I said, not for everybody, but, you're stronger than you even know. And when you're doing something like that, it's, a beautiful way of stress control, because it's taking you out of your comfort zone. And when you're doing things like this daily, you're giving yourself, room for reward, because every single, obviously you don't want to be, just beating yourself up all day long. That's just no good for nobody, but to each their own. Some people that works beautiful for them, but I'm just saying that any type of, depending on, everybody's journey is going to have, this is hard for him, and whatever is easy for him could be hard for you, and whatever you go with is essentially on you anyways. But I'm just saying, you got to step outside your zone, and when you're doing that, that's where the growth really occurs. You're giving yourself purpose. You're giving yourself a reason to just, want to celebrate every day. Like, you get through something like that, that can definitely take the stress away. Like I said, you know, going to the gym, getting a workout in, regardless, getting outside and, you know, doing something that you might not have done is definitely a good way to just switch it up. And that's why I always do a whole bunch of, you know, other techniques to kind of just change it up to make you feel alive. You know, I recommend, you know, this might sound a little crazy to some, but you know me, man, I'm always going out there with, you know, different perspectives and different ways to kind of just wake you up and understand that you're alive. And you might not be somebody that likes to even take a piss outside. And that could be something that you just changed your day. And, you know, I mean, it might why should I celebrate taking a piss outside? I mean, just because it's something that you wouldn't have normally done. And it's just taking you away from your autopilot routine. Like, all right, you wake up, you get the coffee, you go to the bath. This way you're like, you know what? I went in the yard and I took a dump in the yard. I mean, I know that's not the, you know, the most, you know, sound advice for somebody, but it's, you know, it's definitely a delight if you give it a shot. And I mean, to each their own. And when you do something like that, you will find yourself just in a whole different zone. And I've done that before. It's not like I'm doing that every moment of the day, but I mean, you know, I remember, you know, it was like I just wanted to change it up. I was like all stressed out and just going outside, and I did that. And I remember I got to see the sunrise, and it was beautiful. And it was all from deciding to go take a dump outside. And I know that might sound like, why, but you know what? There's no rhyme to the reason other than just doing sometimes. And when you go outside and you just try, you try things that are out of your realm, it really brings in different opportunities, different insights, and really just keeps you, you know, alive, and knowing that we got more than just the everyday robotic routine of just putting you through this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? And that's what I always love to go with every single day. And spreading love along the way is one of the best things to do. And of course, you know me, I might as well share it while I'm here naked in a chair. You know what this is coming to, man. You know what I'm talking about, the mind and muscle connection. I just always feel the need to share it to let you know that you could essentially grab energy at any given time. And that is definitely a way that you can combat stress, because when you got energy, nothing can hold you down, because you got the power inside. The power is around you. Understand that this is beyond me, beyond any words that I'm saying. Everything is all off feeling anyways. And energy is something that you can just radiate from you at any given time. I don't care how much sleep that you got. I don't care where you're at. You can always grab it, because understand that your mind can put you through can give you the power to accomplish anything. I'm open for a miracle every single day, and I know that I can grow every single way. And just understand this: like if somebody threw cold water on you, you're gonna wake up. If you're in a burning building, you're gonna be able to run out and be the hero. So every single time you gotta grab energy, just understand that you got a field of it around you, and you just gotta tap into it every single time. Which is why Tao Masters love to say, if you come with energy, you can do no wrong. We're talking about Paramahansa Yogananda, the guy that brought yoga to the West. He's the one that says the mind is the wielder of muscle, and I believe it, I feel it, because at any given time, you think that, was there anybody that really knew about, diets and exercise? It was all about putting your mind into the size, because the mind is the wielder of muscle. So like one of my favorite mantras I love to say is, I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. That's something that can definitely get you through the day. Another great one is, I'm back. Just saying that you're back feels good to be alive. I'm back. Just say that at any given time, even if it's just from taking a quick stress break, like I'm back. And I'm just getting pumped up right now, but you know how it goes. If you want that last rep, man, I feel my blood boiling, I feel my sweat dripping. You go ahead and just say this. You say, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh yeah, getting lit. 2020, here we go, here we grow, and that's the flow. It's a beautiful thing, man. I'm just extra pumped today, man. I'm just telling you, I was taking myself a quick nap. Definitely another great technique to, help with stress management as well. That's something that you can do, like if you have the opportunity to walk away, beautiful thing to do. Get outside, get in nature, change up your environment, do something you normally might not have done. Definitely a way to change it up. And of course, We got, you know, some people go to this. We got the vino. I'm going to just say salute just because I got me a nice quick pump. It's a beautiful thing. Oh yeah. And like I said, you know, I don't condone the use of alcohol, and you know, some people use that to escape, you know, everyday reality. But if you got a problem and you're just drinking on top of it to escape something, that's not getting rid of what you got. Essentially, what you have is already, you know, you got to clear what's in here. You can't just be, you know, you can't just go to the drink and expect a miracle. You got to understand that you are the miracle. You know what I mean? And I know that might sound crazy, but when you're just drinking or taking a drug or whatever, if it's not benefiting you, that's where you got to go ahead and evaluate and scrap what you can't do. Because what we're talking about here is making ourselves better. And if you drink too much, if you're smoking too much, if you take too much of whatever, you're not going to be able to wake up and be 100% of what you want to be, because you got to be high on yourself. And that's what this all comes down to, man. You always got to love yourself, because the universe is a mirror. Whenever you start in here, you start with that love. You love yourself. It will always come back to you. You're going to be able to spread it out there. And like I said, when you spread love, it comes back. It's just like a, you know, just a receptive zone, a magnet. So when you love you, everybody's going to, you know, beautiful things are going to come. And then you're going to be able to spread it out there along the way. And if you're wasting your time, you know, getting, you know, wasted, essentially, that's going to be no good for nobody. You know, you got to have your accountability of being able to hold the presence, being able to spread the love, and just being able to understand that, you know, you have purpose and you're a beautiful person. I believe in you, you know. And if you guys need any more hands-on techniques, you know, of course, for naturally raising the testosterone, you know, making your penis bigger. We're talking about semen retention. We're talking about masturbation for manifestation. We're talking about jelqing, edging, Kegels, super Kegels, all these techniques that I essentially have flowing through me that I'm mastering every single day to help you become your best. You get at me. Forget about the stress. Forget about anything that doesn't have to do with spreading love, and just come back to you, come back to the breath. You understand that you got a shot today, you're alive, and just keep it that way. We are divine. So that's a beautiful thing. I tell on all you guys to feel love today. Spread some love, feel some love, have some fun. Don't forget to smile every chance that you got, because a smile is divine. It's made inside the mind. Remember that, man. So go ahead and do something for yourself. Even if you gotta watch something on Netflix, even if you gotta, you know, like I said, go watch some stand-up comedy. Anything that makes you laugh is definitely a beautiful thing for you. And when you're smiling, you're doing something right. And these are the techniques and the building blocks that can help you become your best version, man. So get rid of the stress, let it grow, let it flow. It's a beautiful thing. You got plenty more beautiful experiences to come. Make sure you guys are ringing the bell, like, you know, like Rocky Balboa says. I didn't hear no bell. So make sure you ring the bell. You follow me on the social media. You're talking, you know, I gotta see my kids. See, you have plenty more Photoshop opportunities. See my wolf and my bear. There's gonna be a lot of beautiful things this year. I'm feeling the 2020 grow. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling that there's gonna be a lot of beautiful things coming. Every day I'm excited that I got a shot. Understand that, and just take that breath every time, and remember, you have purpose to be here. I love you guys. I'll be seeing you on the next one.